I gotta get it. You hating cause I took no risks. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the haters, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, Be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, please.
Well, Coach, it is a part of the country that could definitely use the rain, but it's also going to make for a very wet track tonight here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wild card game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. Kill. Let go. Kill.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. The start less than ideal as they already face a second and long.
Just like that. Just like that.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. DeForest Buckner able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. A big play there for Minnesota. 43 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
First down, here's the run with Cook. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook, 35 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their own 27. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you? Yeah,
I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but good.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Right there on the coverage to knock that ball away was Mike Hughes. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down.
61, matchbox lights. Hey, exit. Get it.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And going deep for Hill. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 97 yards. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
White.
I got Mike T right here, guys. Mike T.
I got you.
10's the mic. 10's the mic.
Go.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Set 18 Gator.
Mike 54. Quit talking about it.
Now.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And some room to run now. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
Get ready.
23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach, because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run.
Down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Alert flare. Check.
On 1st down, it's Cook. Cook with a 1st down and much more. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Minnesota.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready. 60 or.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. DJ Reed, who played in college at Kansas State, made the tackle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Check. Hey, Haywood.
56 the mic, boys. 56.
2nd and 9 now. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Speed dribble. Speed dribble.
Out of the gun now on third down. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Here we go,
A 3-yard loss to start the
28.
drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
20.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Black 80.
It's our time. It's our time.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Here we go. 180.
Number 53. Mike 53. I'm coming.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to 4th down. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
On the sneak is Garoppolo. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Double tight. Out. 5 down. Stand up in.
Go ahead.
Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when he clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it.
Here we go.
Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Garoppolo gives to Breda. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Here we go. What they need?
Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Buying time to his left. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50.
On the ready.
Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Hey, high 7.
54's Mike.
Ready.
Here's 2nd and 8. They're going deep for Hill. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, G.
Get it.
Looking to throw. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Got you. 6-6. Pull it. Hop, hit it.
Give to Cook out of the gun. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. Hey, orbit.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54.
Yeah.
54.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the 1st half. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long.
Hey! Bravo! Hustle.
Now back to throw. Throw left side on target to Thielen. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. On 2nd and 15 now. Garoppolo. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Garoppolo's throw taken in by Samuel. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you at important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
23 yards on the play. From Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 right at the 40. Breida, he'll try the right side. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 28. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the 1st half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
Let's go. Let's go.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here.
Garoppolo wants to throw once more. Man open, it's Goodwin. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Here we go.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. That'll be complete to Breida. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He'll get a couple yards on that one. And that's going to make it 4th down. The kick by Gold is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the 1st half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back.
Hey, Jet.
Joker.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Ready,
Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9.
Push him back.
No.
51
Cook following the penalty.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Ready. 90 Wolf.
All right. Let's go, D. Let's go.
X3. 218. Chop it. Hey, Charlie.
59.
Big grip.
They'll set up a throw.
Here we go.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Taking it about the 16. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Here we go.
That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
6.
48 Mike. Hey, let's get some penetration here.
65.
Watch twist.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo, 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Alert.
Check 48.
To throw is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All day, every day.
Now a give coming right is Breida. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
I know you feel that.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. One quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Niners on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. Garoppolo now. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Right there on the coverage to knock that ball away was Mike Hughes.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
They have, you're right, they have had no room to breathe.
53's the mic. 53's the mic. I got you, boy. I got you.
12.
53's mic.
Smooth.
53's mic.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
On the set.
951. Let's go, D.
5.
They run, Cook. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Hey, wahoo!
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that's incomplete.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Hey, Sue!
He'll look to throw. Open man is Gordon, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 17-yard line. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Squeeze. Hey, Alpha.
2nd and 13. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. D Ford. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This one from 46 yards out. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
He's not going to get me.
11.
On first down, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards there and a Niner first. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter, his 2nd sack of the night. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So it just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And a big loss here as he's taken down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Motion out in the backfield. Motion out in the backfield.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here.
Here we go. Set. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
Watch the twist.
Shoot.
And they will take a knee here.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 13-yard line.
Ready.
Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go. It's coming crash. Blue dead.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And they'll indeed take a knee. And Charles, on the losing side of things, you know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but